page 59, Andantino. Andantino is actually speed. Well, you can see it. They show it there. We'll talk about that later. They're introducing a new symbol, a sharp sign. It is another accidental. You've already had a flat sign, remember? Because we have the B's and E's flat. When flat goes down, one note, white or black. So a B flat goes down, because down is that way. Okay. Well, a sharp sign goes up. One note, white or black. So if I have a G, I have a G sharp. A sharp. B sharp. Yes, that's a B sharp. And this is also an E sharp. See, I said before, all the notes on the piano have multiple names. But it makes sense, so you don't get too excited here. It's like all of these black keys. Well, it could be a flat or a sharp, depending on which way the thing says, because this note is either a B flat or an A sharp. So, whatever. And it gets a little more involved than that, but that's good enough for us. So we've had the flat and the sharp. There are other accidentals, but we'll just hold on. Be patient. We'll get there. Here, you'll see it in the second measure. You see the F that has the sharp sign in front of it. So instead of an F, we're going to play an F sharp. And right now, we're going to use the same finger. So third finger's on F, so I'll use third finger on F sharp. And again, you need to be able to feel where this is without having to look at the keyboard eventually. Maybe you have to look at first, but eventually you want to be able to do that. Eventually, you want to be able to find that note without having to look. So let's look this over. It's a page-long treble bass clef 3/4 time signature. I see half notes, quarter notes, dotted half notes. Think we can do that. You can't have whole notes in 3/4 times, not allowed, because there's only 3 beats in a measure, and a whole note will get 4 counts. Naughty, naughty, no. Now, the hands are playing, for the most part, one at a time, so I'm going to take both hands together. So the right hand starts here, and the hand position is with the F natural, here. I'll move to the F sharp when I need it. And the left hand starts here. So we're in D position here. This D position, I mean, I could be other D positions, but the music says it's this D position. Okay, and it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Get the idea? Okay, look at measure 9. It's here. Remember the rule for accidentals. It is good from that point on for the rest of the measure in that staff. So in measure 9, that first F is a sharp. Well, that's good for the rest of it. So that second F is a sharp also. But then in the next measure or the next whatever, you got to have another sharp sign. That's why that's measure 13, you get a sharp. But then in measure 14, I got to have another sharp, because the sharp in measure 13 is only good for measure 13. And measure 14's got to have its own. Now, the last 2 measures, you're together. You're playing the same note names, different fingers. Just work that out here. Okay. Once I have the notes and the rhythms figured out, then I go through slowly and get rid of any hesitations. And then I add the articulation. And here we have the phrasing. You lift up. 1, 2, 3, 1. Lift up. Just like taking a breath. Lift up. So I'm going to lift up here. And that last line is all connected. Then after the articulation, I do the dynamics. We start out P is piano, soft, whatever you think soft is. Next line, moderately loud. And the third line, this is loud here. That's soft. It's like an echo. The last line, moderately loud. Okay, then once I do the dynamics, I think about the speed. Andantino. All right, let's talk Andantino. I don't like Andantino. That's just me. And that's because people don't agree on what it means. Well, people don't agree on much of anything in music, so big surprise there. Andantino technically means a little andante. Well, andante is a casual walk. An andante. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's andante. Something like so. Well, Andantino is a little andante, and the problem is people don't agree on what a little means. Some people say if it's a little andante, that means it's got to be a little faster than andante. It's not quite andante, it's almost andante. Other people say, no, Andantino is just a hair slower than Andante. I don't care. I don't even worry about it. I just do Andante in the head. I almost said a naughty word. Shame on me. I just do Andante. That's it. I'm not worried about Andantino. You can do that. To me, that's splitting hairs and it's useless. Just music doesn't want to be tied down. It's arranged and there's an overlap. Anyway, so I just do Andante here. And you'll notice the title and the speed are the same. A lot of times in music, they will use the speed of the piece as the title. Okay, I don't care. You can call it anything you want, but that's what it is, huh? Now, just for kicks and giggles, I want to challenge you a little bit. I'm assuming you can play this okay. You're going fine. You're not rushing through the book. Believe me, rushing through the book doesn't help. You're not going to learn it quicker. You're just going to fail quicker. You're going to get frustrated quicker. Take your time on these pieces. Keep reviewing and going back. But for louds and soft, I control how much weight I'm using. For soft, it's light, very little weight. For louds, it's heavier, a lot of weight. And a lot of teachers won't teach this, what I'm about to tell you, for 2-3 years yet, because it's a little more challenging. But I'm a mean teacher, so let's just start now, because it takes a while to get it. So we'll just start now. You keep trying, and eventually it comes. Take the last two measures. All right. If I want to play them loud, I use a lot of weight. If I want to play them softly, I play them light, very little weight. Well, in addition to all that mess, we got to learn to have independence of the hands. They got to be able to do different things. Already you're using different fingers at the same time. Well, now can you play one hand heavy and one hand light at the same time? Just play heavy, light at the same time. Then switch it. Play the other hand heavy, light, same time. You're just putting more weight on one hand than the other, and that it feels lopsided. Experiment with it. Try it. Go slow. Heavy, light. Just heavy, light at the same time, and get them down at the same time. And then switch it. Heavy, light. This takes time to get, but I'm asking you to start because it's a kind of important in this piece to do it if you can. That last line. We want the melodies in the upper staff. That's what we want to hear. That's what it's all about. That's actually what the dynamic applies to, the melody. It's just in the past, it's all been melody for the most part. But now this is harmony. You think, no, it's the same notes. And some people would say, yes, it's the same notes, it must be melody too. No, you can have harmony be an octave apart. The melody is here. This is harmony, even though it's the same note names, it's an octave apart, it's still harmony, it needs to be in the background. So I'm asking you to start thinking about that too. And I'm going to keep harking at you about it. You won't be able to do it at first, probably. Most people can't. A few people get it right away. There's show-offs. Don't listen to them. Most of us had to struggle. I had to struggle with it, so I expect you to struggle too. It's only fair. But you keep at it, and eventually it does come. Oh, by the way, I want to mention Andantino. At the top, they give in a quarter note equals 132. That's not Andantino. That's more in the moderato range. That's too fast for Andantino. Should be a lot slower than that. You know, I don't know why they're saying 132 and calling it Andantino. You have to ask them. But in my opinion, that's just way off. Either the metronome mark is off or the Andantino is off. I don't know which. See, this book is saying Andantino is a little faster than Andante. But other people typically play it a little slower than Andante. People don't agree. And no matter what you say, somebody will disagree with you. So, yeah, whatever. Let's check the notes and the rhythms. Not doing the dynamics. We're going to go slow. Just to make sure you got the right notes and rhythms, I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3.